Yep. All right. Mic check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Yeah. All right. Looking good. Let's see here. Check. Let's see here. Oh. All right. Let's get that together. Select. And I would like to pick the Roadcaster. Yep. I would like to pick the Roadcaster. Yeah. All right. We in now. All right. Bring that down a bit because that looks a little loud. All right. So who we got? Yep. All right. We have minute 1 of YouTube. We're recording live. Let's see what we look like. Audio hopefully looks good. Yep, audio looks good. All right, yeah. Audio looks good. And what we got over here? I don't care who's really in a chat. Just knocking out this first little setup. And let's see, Goofy, Facebook. How do we go? Get this party started over here. Oh, I know that ain't what you did. I know that ain't what you did. That is what you did. Wow. Oh boy, going live on Facebook is so goofy on so many levels. Yeah, going live on Facebook is goofy, super goofy. Um, I did all this mapping out, all this. Oh man. All right. So getting a podcast started, I go by the name of Energizer. And this is the I Am Energizer podcast. Am Energizer podcast. All right. And today's title is God Ain't No Way. And that's just what it is over here on Facebook, which is terrible. Now, what's likely going to happen with good old Facebook is, as I'm going through with Facebook, it's going to give me some BS like, oh, your keyframes. But it never gives you at any point in time with the quote unquote keyframes, it never gives you the option to go in and adjust said keyframes. So I'm not interested in that platform at all. If you're joining in, welcome on TikTok. I'm really not betting my money or rolling the dice or going to Vegas with people sliding in. But today I'll be touching some interesting subject matter. So for those who are interested in tuning in, the topic of today is God Ain't No Way. All right. And I'm really just serving a higher calling here and a higher purpose in planting the seed of this type of conversation out to the world versus your normal concept of the other negative things that you ingest in your day. So I want to touch that. And just like clockwork, Facebook, action needed. Key frame rate too low, but Facebook never provides you with how to fix the key rate. It only allows you to quote unquote learn more. And then you go into some little website page that then puts you in a position to tell you how, quote unquote, the keyframe A, B, C, and D. But there is no option to fix the keyframe. So, not too excited about going live on Facebook. And then let's see, TikTok here. I'll keep my eye on you. And let me see. All right, so I am into YouTube as well, ready to rock and roll. So today's topic, today's subject matter, for most of you just scrolling on through, I decided to change the little format on how I normally record my podcast on YouTube, the I Am Energizer podcast. I normally record it, then I do post and yada, yada, yada. But what I've realized is that A lot of, as I waited for the time to be right and made sure I had the right equipment and made sure I had this set up and that set up, there is no such thing as the right time when as much content that everyone absorbs is nothing of high quality, or nothing of positive vibrations that I'm providing. So here I am. You go get what I give you. And that's just the energy that I'm rolling with it. And as I scroll through enough chat rooms and see a lot of people who end up in, your TikTok chat rooms and so many of these other chat rooms that are out, there's no real high quality going on. Even as far as like when I'm DJing, a lot of these people is in their living room. So today, I want to speak to those who are looking at this world and are wondering what the heck is going on. And hopefully I am not the only person that has shown up in this world and is sitting up here scratching their forehead and saying, "Hey, what the heck is going on around here?" Now, when I use the titling today, God ain't no way, it's me having a conversation saying, you know what, God, ain't no way you took your time out and you made beautiful trees and you made Hawaii's and Grand Canyons and you made the Philippines and Taiwan and you made all these beautiful places that exist in the world, the Bahamas and the Caribbean and all these just amazing things that you have made just land wise. Then the beautiful waters, the clear waters, the dark blue waters, the different versions of blue. The fact that God, you really took the time out to make sure that the sky is a different version of sky every single day. And you mean to tell me I'm supposed to wake up to drama, bad news, negative culture, and all these other negative things every single day when the creator went in and had some version of intent on making sure that we had everything that we was provided, all the beauty and the things that we needed around us. And you mean to tell me in some shape, form, or fashion, we've allowed a group of individuals and a group of people to perpetuate over time, lowering the bar, lowering the standard, and lowering our vibration and our energy and the things that we're supposed to pay attention to and the things that we're supposed to be doing in life. You mean to tell me, God, whatever version of God you believe in, and whatever version of God that you believe in, tell them Energizer said, "What's up?" I know for a fact he did not put us in this plane of existence from spirit using the mind to control body and for us to go and learn the things that we're supposed to be learning in this go round of us living. I know we're not supposed to be going through a lot of the stuff that we're going through. So a lot of things that we go through are self-inflicted. Case in point, in my trade, I am a DJ of 20 something plus years in the DJ trade. And let's just go look at it. The creator provided us with something that he loves. He provided us with music. But as I've sat back and become conscious of music for many years now, I noticed that the only way that a lot of people seem to want to engage and participate in music is negative content that's in the music. You want to go drink spirits and you want to go geek up on whatever stuff that you want to put in your body to influence you to behave in a particular type of way. And we want to go enjoy and do all the things that poison us, that do harm to us, and we want to go do that to music. And the music is harming us because we're ingesting bad energy, bad vibrations, bad content. So, with that being said, where did our appetite for this come from? Where did this energy where we have to sit up and we have to take on so much negativity for us to go throughout our life? And we just look at it as, oh, it's just entertainment, or oh, I'm just cutting loose, or oh, it's for the culture. Where did all these things come about? Then you go in some shape, form, or fashion. Somebody decided to say, hey, we don't like where we stay. We go show up at where somebody else stays. And then we're going to set up a corporation. And then, yeah, we agree, place that we came from, that we'll have to pay you taxes. And then eventually we get mad. We say we don't want to pay taxes no more. And then we get to doing a bunch of fighting. We call ourselves free. We say we have independence. We do all these things while doing a bunch of horrible things to the people who are already here. We steal their identities completely. And then we give it to some other people who do not belong here. And then in the meantime, all we do is play into whatever we're doing as corporations masked at this quote unquote government. So why is it every day we wake up is some version of drama with the people who are supposed to be quote unquote in charge? Make that make sense. When people get on their platforms to, oh, elect me here, elect me there, where are the problem solvers? Because it seems like on the lower level, it has to be enough drama perpetuated for those people who have whatever quote unquote positions that they have to quote unquote justify why they do what they do. But as we go throughout life, just under these corporations and these people who are in place and the agents that we deal with, well, it seems like they're only trespassing against us more and more. And it seems like, oh, we need to speak up. But here's the thing. Now that goes down to the Smith mentality for those who've seen Matrix. Let's get into the Smith mentality. It seems like when you have people like myself or other people who grow up, speaking out, saying, hey, this is not right. Hey, this doesn't make no sense. Hey, why did they tell us that? But I learned that this was different over here. Why did they say that this went on? But the more I do the research, is this. You completely ignore those people. These are the people who pick up in some shape, form, or fashion. The creator didn't make us to be doing all these things. The creator realized real life gave us food. Real life gave us the things that can provide us shelter. In the event at any point in time you experience something traumatic or you need help, you need assistance, you real life have what a lot of you call angels, but we have what's called spiritual guides lined up that's ready to assist us. And but we take so much for granted in the things that we see. Like, for example, when you drive your or traveling, whatever you want to call it, when you're operating a vehicle or a vessel, it's a mind or an energy behind that vessel, right? It's the same thing with you in your spirit that's then having the mind and then the body. The body is the executor, it's the vessel, right? With the mind to control all these things like our operating system, but ultimately you're serving the spirit and you're supposed to be learning certain things that you're learning. So you mean to tell me uh, a creator with an intelligent mind, intelligent intent, intelligent design said, oh, hey, by the way, we got to go down here and be worried about this drama that goes on every single day. Or we need to be, quote unquote, worried about food prices or worried about a paper that's a poly cotton blend that changes in inflationary prices. It's a floating rate note, or what you call a FRN. This particular thing that we call quote unquote money really is a debt instrument. It's an IOU. It's all these things that when you go in and do the research, and we're supposed to be having arguments and fighting over it and all the other good stuff, let alone somebody be minding a business in another land with the resources, something that they have. And then all of a sudden somebody shows up from somewhere else and says, oh, that's mine. Or, hey, you run this place, oh, you can't run that place anymore. But if they were to do that to you, what would happen then? If we put a mirror up on any of the things that we witness that go on in where we stay and the place that we stay, government or somebody went in and that's the crazy people in the movies. Yeah. If oh yeah. It's the people who recognize these things. Yeah, they're considered the crazy one in the movies. Yeah, so if you went in and you mean to tell me that all these things make sense to you, help me out here. So when I titled this podcast for today, and I labeled it, God ain't no way. I know for a fact, God ain't no way you put us down here to be doing the things that we doing. I tell people all the time when I encourage them to do better with their health, I tell them, hey, you know what? The man upstairs, real life, gave you a system. He real life gave you a system that allows you to continuously put yourself in the position to live every day, and it supports the rest of the system. Lungs, nostrils, mouth, right? Exhaust, inhale, you can exhaust either way. And oxygen goes in, exhaust goes out, carbon dioxide, blood flows, all these things. And you know what most of y'all do? Y'all figure out a way in some shape, form, or fashion to go contaminate or ruin that system. That part I can't wrap my mind around. Now, me, I'm one to protect my temple. I've not done any of those things. Like when if I'm going out or I don't really even go out, but because it's been my profession all these years. But let's just say I go out to people watch or to observe, or I'm with a group of people that say, "Hey, I want to go out." I sit up here and watch this. Case in point, hookah. Why are y'all sitting around here geeked up and y'all can't do nothing but you mean to tell me you can't enjoy going out without you mean to tell me you can't go out and have a good time without that? Explain that to me. Somebody make it make sense. And you can't because it doesn't make sense. Let alone when it boils down to the people who put the other spirits in their body. Y'all really know what goes on when that transpires? I didn't understand the depth of what it was because I don't participate in it. But as I've been in my capacity using my talent and what God gave me, and I've went to use that to express myself, create, and all the other good stuff. I started to recognize the pattern of the type of spirits that I was dealing with, even down to the women, like as guys as us who are um in the nightlife and all the other good stuff, and you up all night to have fun, you up all night to get lucky. If you pay attention long enough, you go see the type of energies that you run across. You sit back and write down their characteristics and pick up on those patterns, you go start seeing who's who. And you go start picking up on those type of energies. So when I say God, ain't no way you have been put on this earth for you to start going through and dealing with a lot of stuff we go through. And when I go back to the self-inflicted, look at the traumas that we end up experiencing. Now, it's one thing that, we deal with some of our generational traumas that are passed down. We deal with some of our family traumas that are passed down. We deal with certain violations and things that people who have violated us that have created those traumas. But we have some of these self-inflicted things where we go and get in these relationships, or we go and surround ourselves with a certain group, a crowd of people, and we go in and sabotage ourselves with the type of things that we get into and the things that we're interested in. And let's go get into the way how our appetite traumatizes us, because we have an appetite and a short attention span, and we want to go see all the stuff that we see on quote unquote social media invented by people who were not social, because real social people, you go outside. Real social people, you meet up with other people. Real social people have some version of a relationship with others, or understand the exchange energy wise that goes on when you have to go out and quote unquote be social. So, social media is not what it's labeled to be. It makes no sense. Then you got the control aspect. A lot of us can't control ourselves, but yet we're up under so much control. So, how does that work? Do we sit up here and we keep settling for all these things? Do we sit up here and do we keep thinking this is normal? Do we say, oh, if you believe in some version of God, if you believe in some version of a creator that exists, you believe in some version of a supreme being, a higher power, whoever you believe in, do you really think that on the day that that higher power woke up and popped his knuckles and put on the finest of linens, the finest of garments, and said, you know what? Hey, I'm going to go ahead and design today. I'm going to go ahead and create today. That He created us to be going through all this stuff that we're going through, and he created the world to be all the things that it is today. Did not. So there's an accountability thing that's in place. And it starts with us. It starts with us and our personal capacity. It starts with us spiritually being accountable. It starts with us mentally being accountable. It starts with us with our body being accountable. That's where the accountability comes in. So, who is going to put ourselves in the position to start holding ourselves accountable? And through that, you have the masculine and the feminine that then comes up and says, hey, that is your nuclear family. And from that nuclear family, then you put ourselves in a position to pass down some version of legacy. And then in our responsibility in our nuclear family, we build some type of neighborhood. We have some type of community. And then within that community, you have what? You have unity. And within that unity, you have your city, you have your region, you have so many things that now this trickles out in the smallest of drop that comes the largest of wave. That's what we here to do. We're not here to be doing a lot of the goofy stuff that we do, participating in all the mess, participating in all the drama, trying to tear each other down, seeing other people doing positive with their lives. And, all we can think to do is just try to keep up with others. Here's the thing: the creator and how vast his ability is to create made us all different. There is no soul the same. There is no one experiencing the world the exact same. And it could be twins, triplets, quadruplets, etc., etc. It doesn't matter how identical they are, you will find some version of a difference. And guess what? They have different soul energies. And we are all experiencing this level of existence within a God consciousness. We're all experiencing it differently. And so many people rush and try to be some version of like other people. Make that make sense. I've never been one to try to be like others unless I'm looking to be in synchronicity with people I've agreed to be in synchronicity with. For example, if I'm a part of a team, sports related, or if I'm on some type of step group, step squad, or something of that nature, those things that I have agreed to be a part of some version of synchronicity with them, then yes, I want to make sure that I uphold my end of the bargain individually. So when I come to the grand scheme, the grand plan is being carried out, and I hit the table, I want to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing so that the team as a whole can flourish. And that's the same thing. When you have the responsibility of self and you're accountable for self and the things and the actions that you do, when you mate, when you are lead, when you have your own, what you do then should reflect and radiate within the others around you, whether it be your individual home and you have a family or not. Then from there, your neighborhood, individual responsibility. Everyone is individually responsible for doing their own thing. And then from there, as a community, then we have a responsibility. We shouldn't see trash outside. We shouldn't see A, B, C, and D. And nobody controls anyone like a HOA. But from there, it is encouraged to where we are all individually responsible. And if we see signs of something going wrong, there should be some version of assistance, not predatory. It should be some genuine way because sometimes there are people that need that extra hand that might need this assistance. Sidebar, for example, I have an elderly neighbor, and what I noticed in his energy is that at the drop of a dime, he will go and do whatever it is that anyone else needed. But what I noticed is that no one was doing that for him. So now at his age of 85, I go and check on him. Go and sit and watch basketball games with him. I cook for him and bring him food. I watch football with him. Sometimes I go over and just kick it, hang out with him. Sometimes we might go out in the backyard, walk around the backyard, soak up some sun. I have him maybe do some stretches or some stuff with his arms just to, keep the blood flowing. Just those type of things that really are the good things in the community. I got another neighbor that spoke to when he was, when kids in the neighborhood were younger, that they would, that he would take them camping. He would go and do those things because a lot of these young gentlemen were fatherless. So think about how him being a father, being a man, being a masculine energy, he would then take those young men who needed that example. So that's what we need. So when we look out and we step out into the world, what examples are we really setting? And now when we look back and 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 we look at the men and the women that were in our lives, were they encouraging us to meet and exceed the standard, or were they just allowing us to drop the standard? And it could be in anything. It could be in whatever religious setting that you are a part of. It can be a part of any version of the scholastic community or any type of school that you've been a part of. It could be a part of sports. It could be a fraternal organization, again, your immediate community, your family. So it's so many different ways that you can apply what I'm speaking to. But and then for most of you all that know me through my DJing background, yeah, it could be through music, through the music that you listen to. Has anybody noticed the difference? For us who've been around long enough, if you at your grown age is excited about some of this new music, you lost me. You have lost me. Okay. I'm listening to the content, I'm listening to the music, I'm a side eye you. No different than a lot of the political people that exist. If you're not questioning it and you fall for everything and you're not looking into some shape, form, or fashion way that you can um hold them accountable, that you can make sure that immediately in your immediate neighborhood group community that these things don't impact you in such a way that you just feel quote unquote helpless, make it make sense. That should not be going on. So even at your work, at your job, a lot of you work at your job. A lot of you guys just become conduits for wrong behind money. And I get it. Everything that we do, everything that we've surrounded ourselves with is some quote unquote version of money related. But guess what? It don't have to be. You got choices. Community, you got choices. Spirit, mind, body, you have choices. So, with that being said, I look at a lot of these communities and we call trauma culture, and we perpetuate this trauma and we're passing it down. Why legacy is not the thing that we're passing down? Why are we not passing down wealth of knowledge? Why are we not celebrating those who go in and teach us about financial planning? Why are we not celebrating those who really hold us accountable? Why are we not celebrating those who are doing the coaching and who are really going in? Like what I'm talking about right now, a lot of this stuff is not stuff that you go hear at some school. You're not going to hear this even in some of your religious settings. They not go want to speak this to you. They go speak a certain language to you, and that language is built to get the money off you. I ain't asking y'all for a dime, but I'm encourage you to do better with your life. I'm encourage you to be a better version of you. I'm encourage you not to lie on other people. I'm gonna encourage you not to bear false witness. I'm gonna encourage you to be better with your health. I'm gonna encourage you to brush your teeth and get that tartar off your teeth, or clean your tongue and clean your palate. I'm gonna encourage you to eat better foods. I'm gonna encourage you not to put these things in your body that don't belong in your body, that are shorten your time frame here, because your time is your real quote unquote currency. And just know this: time doesn't exist. We created time. The creator didn't create time. So, a lot of times y'all say he might not be there when you call, but he's right on time because he is not on your time. So when you call, who's to say he wasn't on other calls, or he wasn't busy, or he didn't have other stuff to do? And sometimes you got to let a person sweat. So I feel him on that. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all something. Don't let me be God for a day. Okay. Don't let me be God for a day. Because it's gonna be it's yeah. So yeah, don't let me be uh your God for a day. I'm man, I'm on y'all behind. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. It's a lot of accountability that exists. And in the same time frame, put yourself in a creator's shoes. What are some of the things that you would like to see change? What are some of the things within you that you would like to see change? What are some of the things within those who we surrounded ourselves with? But who you surround yourself with does tell you a lot about yourself. But look at you. Go look in that mirror, have them conversations with yourself. Cut that radio off in the car and ride by yourself. See how that mind treats you. I love doing it because my mind is clear. I'm at peace with myself. My energy is good. So I can ride solo, nothing on, just me and nature. How many of y'all even taking walks in nature and going and having those conversations? No headphones, just you and the tweedledee and the squirrels running across and the birds flapping wings and all the other good stuff. How many of y'all are doing that, that are really taking the time out and enjoying these things? The creator put his time in to give y'all a light source and a sun source and that life source. Real life created trees and all these things and beautiful oxygen and animals and all those things, because you know animals came first, not me and you, and all these beautiful things around us. And these are the things that we should be tapping into. Even when it comes down to people talking about like grounding, I'll hit y'all with this one. Grounding, what y'all are really doing is that's some version of an exchange. You're providing wherever you ground at, you're providing it with an energy and it's providing you with an energy. Let's just say, for example, it's some negative things that you need to get rid of. You're exchanging that for the positive things that where you ground is going to give you. It's an exchange. So most of what we're doing is a spiritual energy exchange. But what you think is penetration and all that is the only version of spiritual energy exchange, which most of you people call sexual energy exchange. But you have another sex, you have another version of it. And most of it is, again, in your daily experience, a spiritual energy exchange. So do an audit. Let's just say everyone here is an accounting, because if you don't know by now, the creator, the best accountant, that exists. I'm telling you what I know. And as him being the best accountant, guess what he's going to encourage you to do? He's going to encourage you to get, I came at the right time. You sure did. What up, Devo? um, the creator is the best accountant. And the encouragement as that accountant is for you to get your books right. Get your books right. So I don't care what version of the creator you believe in. You can call him many names. Many. You can have whatever name you want, because whether you like it or not, the name don't even matter. That's why I stop arguing with people or going back and forth or trying to provide them with the information. I could care less. You want to know why? Because he could care less. He provided you with free will, which, if you ain't figured it out, is an expensive gift. It's the equivalent of you all receiving a Ferrari or your favorite expensive vehicle. It is that equivalent, because if you know anything about expensive vehicles, you know the parts are expensive. You got to take care of it. You got to do the maintenance. Oh, the fuel. Oh, the fuel is expensive. Yeah, it's all those things. Because when you look at it like that, then you start realizing, wait a minute, where I park this thing, I got to make it make sense. I don't want no bumps, bruises, scratches. I'm going to make sure this thing is good. If I go as, let's just say, I'm your parent and I'm your creator, and I provide you with a gift with something, I didn't give you that to just go wee it out and to just go tear it up. No, I want to see if you go take care of it. Huh? I want to see if you go take care of it. So this is the same thing when you are spirit, mind, vessel. It's a gift, and he wants to see if you go take care of it. But oh, let me guess. You take this for granted. I can do whatever I want. Okay. See how that works? Because what I told you, the best accountant is the man upstairs. Your creator is your accountant. And guess what? What a lot of people are not paying attention to is he got systems in place. So you think it's not accounting system in place for your books? Hmm? You think it's not accounting system in place? You think it's not pluses and minuses and you think it's not certain things that you need to be handling and pay up on? You think it's certain things that you need to be doing to clear and you need to discharge and you need to go ahead and offset and all those things that come with cleaning up the books? Hmm? You got to settle the account. Certain things are not supposed to be revolving accounts. So, anyway, with that being said, I just like to put some of that on you guys' mind. And I decided to do a different route on how I recorded my podcast today. It actually would be much more efficient for me to do this. And I just like to, open up a little thing here and be a little transparent about this journey. Um, I come from a generation where we seeked people who were intelligent or like minded. And I possess a particular intelligence, a particular knowing. And I've always wanted to surround myself with people who have an intelligence and a knowing. And for me, if you didn't have that, I didn't want to be around you. If I saw any version of idiot or fool or that type of energy, I didn't want to be around it. So, with that being said, it was interesting to find people that you could actually have a lot of these conversations that will put you in a position to grow and be a better version of yourself and drop certain knowledge and examples and feed into you, pour into you. And spiritually, lucky for me, a lot of spiritual therapy that I've been through, and I've had um, spiritual pouring into who I am, but there was so many requirements there, and in those requirements, I had to let certain people go. One of those things were women that I had in my space, or that I prided myself all these years off of being a that faithful friend that you can always call, always have access to. I brag all the time, hey, my number's the same number since August of 2001. And you could always pick up the line and find me no matter when it was. You could call and just go get that number. But what I realize is that in order to elevate and in order to do the things that you need to do, you have to be a great boundary creator, and you have to be a great boundary enforcer, and you have to grow. And in some cases, you have to do that boundary creation and that boundary enforcing from within as well. So, with that being said, I just want to leave that on y'all thought process. For those who have made it this far or at any point in time in the future, happen to tune in and happen to see um, this episode, just know, be accountable for yourself because the creator has systems to hold you accountable. And there is an extreme amount of bookkeeping that exists. And as the creator, if I were a vessel that would be here delivering a vital message to you, it would be to get your books in order and handle your accounting properly. If I were one to say, hey, you're a vessel, and what should you do with that free will vessel you got? I would say, take care of it. I would say, do what you're supposed to do. And if you have any questions at one point in time, you should seek for the proper guidance and the signs. Okay. Enlist your guides that can provide you with these signs on how to direct and handle business with your vessel. And I would also say, look into your appetite. Your appetite is very important. And it's not just the food that you take in, it is all the things that you take in, from the things that you give most of your attention to the things that you crave, to the things that you put in your mouth and your body digest, and all those other substances. So I am Energizer Podcast. You can find me on YouTube. It would be great if you followed and check me out. And there are so many other things that I got going on that, I'll be dropping a line in and, putting you guys up on game. But first, got a community build. So look forward to seeing a lot of you guys hop on out here and joining me. And then I'll open it up. I'll make it available to where you guys can call in and have conversations, and we can bring up some subject matter, and you can give me some of your opinions, and I could speak on some of the questions that might come with what a lot of you guys are digesting from this conversation. And then hopefully we can link up. I'll open up to showing up in person, bringing a few friends along that I know that are in particular spaces that do a lot of teaching and stuff. And then we can work on being better versions of ourselves every day. And ultimately, I just say this, if my goal is not anything else, I know the creator, as I've labeled it today, God, ain't no way. I know that he did not create us to be doing and experiencing a lot of the things that we're doing and experiencing. So this is my effort in planting a seed to hopefully create the things that flourish and can help us turn a lot of this nonsense around that we experience, and being more accountable for ourselves, taking better care of our vessels, and then investing into our communities. So I go by the name of Energizer. It has been a pleasure. YouTube, appreciate you tuning in. For those who tune in and see this in the future, that's been my time. Thank you so very much, YouTube. And let's see here.